I met with Dr. Banana today. Finally. It's really hard to wait when I'm feeling uncomfortable. I had a list of things to talk to him about, but the session didn't go that way at all. He asked, "How have you been?" And I wanted to say, "I feel really good. Things are going well, and I've been practicing a lot, which feels good. And I have a new hotline, and people are calling in who are ready to talk about their unusual diagnoses, and I feel like I'm learning a lot from them." But instead, I yelled, "How can you even crawl out of your hole every day when you have no shell? Anything could eat you. Anything." Dr. Banana said, "What do you think is going to eat me?" I said, "Raccoons, snakes, bald eagles, and French people." Dr. Banana said, "I think it's important we talk about the protective shell, and furthermore, I want to assure you that I, like any living organism that has survived a life cycle, has defense mechanisms." I said, "Like what?" He said, "Some days I don't crawl out of my hole." I said, "Is that why you canceled our last appointment?" Dr. B said, "You don't need to know why, but I will say I would cancel if I felt I were in danger and needed to stay hidden." I nodded. "Well, that's good. What else?" Dr. B said, "This coat of mucus we wear, it's toxic. It will numb anything that touches it." Wow, a light bulb went off in my mind. I said, "That's what my nephew meant when he said, 'Never lick a slug.'" Banana said, "Ha ha, words to live by. You have a smart and curious nephew." I smiled. "What else?" Dr. Banana said, "Banana slugs aren't indigenous to France, and we taste terrible." I said, "Well, if anyone could make your kind palatable, they could. And the world gets smaller every day." Banana said, "True. I will keep that in mind. I also have a shell. You just can't see it." I said, "What?" He said, "It's inside." I said, "Oh, fuck that. Your inner shell? What is this, like some fucking therapy waiting room seagull poster saying, 'Embrace your inner shell'?" He said, "I don't embrace it. I don't have to, because it's actually inside of me. It's vestigial." I shook my head. "How is a vestigial shell going to protect you?" Dr. Nana said, "Well, if those Frenchies ever come up with a recipe, it might chip a tooth or two." I laughed. "Olive oil, garlic, and a little bit of salt?" Dr. Banana said, "Exactly. Did you find my band on YouTube?" I said, "Yes, I creeped it. Why do you ask?" He said, "Our manager, Jimmy Slimy, sent the band an email saying we had over 200,000 hits over the weekend. Was that you?" I felt embarrassed, but I told the truth. "Yeah, I liked it." Dr. Banana said, "You know what the biggest threat to my species is?" I said, "Salt?" And he said, "No, it's dehydration." I said, "So that's why you all stripe up the sidewalks when it's raining?" Dr. B said, "Yep, that's when we party. And if we have a dry spell, we wrap ourselves up in moist dirt and leaves and wait for the next rainy day." That sounded strangely comforting. Dr. Nana said, "I think it's what humans call napping or airplane mode." I nodded. "Yeah, I could probably use a little of that." Dr. Banana said, "You think? What was your first clue?" I said, "Hey, I don't need sarcasm. What do you take with you when you wrap up? Snacks? Do you cluster when you wrap up?" Dr. Nana said, "I don't know if there are other slugs around. It's not that kind of thing. No snacks, just me and my feelings." I said, "Oh, snap. I knew there was a catch. And you're saying no snacks at all? No little fiddlehead? No nothing?" Dr. Nana said, "Maybe one. But that's it. Back to the shell. Do you feel vulnerable, and furthermore? Do you feel like something that's going to eat you?" I said, "No. Yes. No. Yes, maybe. I'm not sure. I feel really strong in myself. It's more that I worry about the... Dr. B helped me out. Baby seals?" I started crying. "Yeah, I feel like it's a dangerous time, and there are more babies than moms to protect them." Dr. Nana said, "Well, you're right, Anne. There are more babies than moms, and not all babies are meant to survive. Only 50% of harbor seal pups make it. Most species lose a percentage of their offspring." I shook my head. "Not fair. Bad. Design flaw. Fix, please. Why some, and who decides? Ah, ah, ah!" Dr. Banana said, "Well, you can see it as flawed, or you can see it as the nature of life. It's not a safe place, Anne, and people die and get hurt, and," I interrupted, "squished." B went on, "And squished, yes. One lives, another dies. You're probably feeling it because the bell tolls for all of us. Those dying creatures are you. The living ones are you. You are just super sensy right now." "Why?" I asked. "Why is everything so loud? It feels like people are yelling at me." Dr. Banana said, Actually, people are yelling at you, and they have been for a long time. I said, but it's getting louder. Dr. Banana said, hearing sensitivity is a sign of hearing loss. I said, what? He didn't say anything, just moved his antennae to spell, you're going deaf, in American Sign Language, which I only know because he said that's what he was spelling after I asked him nicely, what the fuck are you doing? I said, if that's true, and I'm going deaf, then that is also a design flaw. And Dr. B said, it's a metaphor, Anne. You'd feel better if you roll around some in mud and wrap up, get some leaves for a while. And I said, did you say butter rolls, a hummus wrap, and grape leaves? That sounds delicious.